Hey everyone, so I've been seriously lacking on videos. I haven't done one in about a month. I said my last video was done on the 4th, and today is the 6th of February, so it's been a month and 2 days since I've done a video. So right now I'll just tell you what I've been up to. Last time I talked to you, I was probably at the beginning of interterm, which is a 4-week process. You take a class 3 hours a day, 4 days a week for 4 weeks, and it replaces, no, it doesn't replace, it is basically three to four free credits that you don't have to pay for, and it's in a shorter amount of time. Now, I don't remember what I told you last time, but I took a biology class called Physiology of Health and Disease, and it was terrible. It was so hard. You don't even understand. If that teacher did not bump up our grades on that class, I probably would have failed. But basically, I ended that class with a B. Yay! It's my lowest grade so far, and it brings down my GPA some, especially because I only had 4 grades first semester instead of 5, because I took a class pass-fail. But I was afraid I was going to get a C, so a B makes me so much more excited. And so I'm done with that, and I've just finished, well, it's Sunday now, but last week was my first week of second semester, which shows me how ungodly hard it's going to be. But all I gotta do is I need to figure out a schedule, and I need to watch less TV, which I think will be a good thing in the end. And I'll just have to work out my priorities more and not be as lazy, because that tends to happen, especially when it comes to reading. So right now I am taking Holocaust History and Film, which I found out on Friday I got into. I was really nervous because I was on the wait list, but after talking to the teacher and telling her like why I wanted to be in the class, she put me as number 1 on the wait list, which is really exciting. So I got in, and Jillian let 5 people in. The bad thing about it is I need to step up my game. The good thing about it is I think I'll really enjoy this class. Now, other than that, I am unfortunately taking Spanish 102. Yeah, about that, I'll try my best. No promises on how I'm actually going to do in this class. After this semester, I have 1 more semester of Spanish I need to pass to not have to take any more language for Chapman. It's going to be really interesting because so far the teacher, we've had 3 classes. It's my only class that is 3 days a week. But our teacher only talks in Spanish, which is good. I mean, it's a good thing, and I'm hoping that in the end it'll help me learn faster once I get used to it and actually understand her. But right now it makes the class so hard. So hard. And not only that, but we have to do the Centro thing online again. Last semester, about, I don't know, a month into the semester, our teacher asked us if it was taking too long and taking too much time, and we basically told him, like, yeah, it takes forever. And so he didn't make us do it anymore. But she said, no, you have to do it. It's required. Shucks. I'm doing that some, but it's really hard. Don't mind my ums. I will tell you in a minute why I'm noticing my ums. And so it's going to be a hard class, but I'm hoping in the end her teaching strategy and talking mostly in Spanish, I'm hoping she stays with that and that she doesn't get worn to just talking in English, because that's kind of what happened in my last class, because I would love to learn Spanish, and I feel like that if I struggle through like the first month, I feel like that's what it's going to be, the first month is going to be a struggle, then I will begin to understand it more, and I will do better in the class in the long run. Or, I'll do terrible. But I'm going to try my best to try to do good. Now, so I have those 2 classes. I have 3 more classes. I'm taking critical thinking, which so far has been a lot of fun. Our teacher is called Dr. Kuchenbecker. She's really sweet. She dresses really cute, and she's really fun. She tries to make it a fun class, not just a normal textbook class. Of course, we have to do a ton of reading. I still have like 30 pages to read, and 10 pages takes me like an hour, but, sorry, I'm a little sick. But, yet again, it's one of those things where, like, once I get into, I'm going like this, but you can't see, once I get into the flow of things, it's going to be awesome. It really is. Not only because this class is supposed to help you learn how to learn better, how to remember better, stuff like that, but also it's like my first psych class, because I took Psych 101 in high school and got a 4, and so I didn't have to take it in college, so I'm excited. I'm also taking religion, ethics, and something, and I'm excited about this too. The guy I sit next to had a teacher during interterm, and he says he's a great teacher. And it's really nice because I feel like the teacher's really impartial. We're talking about Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, Islam, and there's like one more that doesn't fit in either one of those two groups, you know, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism and Hinduism. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But it should be interesting. It starts with a C. That's all I remember, is that it starts with a C. Yes. But I feel like the class should be interesting. Yet again, it's probably going to be a pretty hard class once we get into it. One thing that makes me nervous about these classes is that, yet again, most of the points we're going to get from our classes are from writing, and I'm still not very confident about my writing. So, Mom, you're probably going to be watching this soon. Mom, I will be sending all my essays to you a week ahead of time so I can send them to you again and again and again before I have to turn them in. Oh, another thing that's nice about my critical thinking class is my teacher said she's one of those teachers that you turn something in, she grades it, you get it back, and you can redo it if you don't get a very good grade. Because her point is that you need to learn from your mistakes, and if you don't learn what you did wrong, then you can't fix it. So, yes. Now my last class is going to be the worst of them all. I'm taking behavioral stats, which is required, or else I wouldn't be taking it. The teacher is terrible. I really don't like math in any way or form or sense of the word. I really don't like math. And it's going to be, you know, I'm taking 2 psychology classes, and they both have a lot of terms. So I have to know stuff from both of these classes to go into my next semester of psychology classes. There I go again. I hate ums. So, one reason I pointed that out a few times is because my stats professor says all the time. I'll tell you kind of why she frustrates me. This is her first year of teaching. She just got out of, I think, UCLA with a PhD in, like, child development and child, like, abuse, dealing with those types of issues. And so I think she got the short end of the stick, and she kind of got flung in wherever. But there are a few problems. One of the big problems I have with her is, I guess my question to you is, have you guys ever had a student teacher in high school? They feel like student teachers either try to be your friend, or they try to put this huge barrier between you two, being like, oh, I'm teacher, you're student. And she has done that. One of the first things she says to us is, you have to call me doctor or professor. All my other professors said I could call them by their first name, or they didn't even address it. I don't understand her thinking. So that barrier. Also, people probably think I'm stupid for saying this, but she dresses overly professional. She dresses older. Just like little things I noticed, like black suit. She has a shirt under it, but it's buttoned up so you can barely see the shirt, and her skirt for her suit is very loose. Very loose. It's not tight-fitting in any way. She wears black stockings, black shoes. She doesn't wear much makeup. It doesn't look like she tries to do much with her hair. And she could be a really cool professor. She just has to be willing to break down that boundary and be willing to, treat us like we're not just students. Not necessarily that we're on the same level as her, but that, in a few years we could be. And she could be cool. She's willing to do that. And also she has a tattoo on her leg, so obviously she's willing to be a little bit adventurous and, she's been out in the world and done stuff. So she could teach us in ways that no one else can because she's around our age. But also, when she was giving her presentation of the syllabus, she had slides. And she talked a little bit, and then she started doing slides. And one thing I noticed while she talked was that she said a lot. Well, during her first slide, I kind of lost count, but she either said 31 or 36 ums. And I did not include us, which are basically the same thing, like ums, us, ers. And I think it's partially, I noticed that because I had already gotten this feeling of tension from her. But, yes. I don't know what else I was going to say with that. So, it's just going to be a very frustrating class. It doesn't help that it's a 3-hour class. Fortunately, it's only 1 day a week, but it's my only 7 to 10 class. That's PM, not AM, PM, on Wednesdays. Ugh. Wish me luck. If any of you are stats, people, behavioral stats, give me a shout out. I might need some help. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to pay attention in that class. But, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've done most of my reading for my critical thinking class. I was a little behind, but I only have 20 to 30 pages left, which I probably won't finish by class tomorrow, but I'll try to finish tomorrow after class so I can start my next chapter of reading. And then I'll talk about this weekend a little bit. So Friday I went to a friend's birthday party. We went out to dinner to celebrate her birthday. Caitlin is so sweet and I love her, and I really hope she had a great birthday. Yeah, I don't think she'll watch this, but shout out to her because she's kind of awesome and she's so sweet and beautiful. So I went to her birthday party, and after that I went out with some friends, and it was a lot of fun. And then Saturday, I woke up. I've been feeling kind of bad a little bit on Friday. I took a 2-hour nap. Saturday I woke up and I was just congested. I felt so gross. My body hurt. I was really tired. And this is at like 11. So I've gotten, 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And I was supposed to go to work that day. I work at the Blind Children's Learning Center in Santa Ana. Basically, it's a preschool for children who have sight problems and sometimes other problems. Some of the students don't have any issues at all, any disabilities. But it's kind of a way for them to learn to work with people that have those disabilities. And they have all ages. They have babies and infants all the way up to 6 years old. So that's kind of fun. Right now I'm doing work study there, which means I'm actually getting paid, and I get money. Let me explain this. If for you that don't know what work study is, it's like you're granted a certain amount of money that you can earn that's untaxed by the government that you can use for yourself, but it's kind of meant as a scholarship for school. So I just started that last week as well. I'd been working there a little bit before. So I've just been kind of observing and helping in all the classrooms. So I've done almost all the ages. I'll probably do kindergarten this Tuesday. Anyway, I worked there, and I was supposed to volunteer on Saturday because they had a parents' night out type thing where we babysit the kids, and it lets their parents go out, which is really nice. But I was feeling so bad that I called in sick to work. I really hope they got it. I called and I left a message and I sent an email. I probably should have called back later, but I didn't. So, also I think I got kind of sick from the kids